Hello and welcome to the DX Corner for your weekly dose of DX as part of Ham Radio's oldest ham radio magazine on the air. This week in amateur radio, I'm Bill, AJB. If you're watching this on YouTube, the text of this will be included in the show notes. You won't have to remember calls, dates, URLs, or other details. Just check the show notes. The big news around my shack is my 42nd wedding anniversary. Karen and I have started into our 43rd year together, and I'm as excited and ready as I was 43 years ago. This is about 4 solar cycles, by the way, for those of you that weren't sure. So I'm really looking forward to it. Love you, Karen. So here's some information about our support products. The ARRL announces Logbook of the World system upgrades. The ARRL Logbook of the World, or LOTW, is the second most popular benefit among members. It is also an extremely popular service internationally for non-members. It is the primary means for providing confirmation for ARRL awards such as DXCC and Worked All States. As part of the ongoing modernization of the ARRL system's infrastructure, LOTW will be receiving major upgrades to the operating system it's running on, the relational database system it uses to store and access logs and awards data, and server hosting, where it will be fully migrated to the cloud. These changes will, among other improvements, ensure LOTW performance needs can be better met based on user demand. I would also assume it's going to be more secure, which is always good news. LOTW will be unavailable from June 27th to July 2nd, 2025 to complete these upgrades. We will bring LOTW back online if it's available sooner than July 2nd. Very 73, and I'll see you on the air, from David Minster, NA2AA, the ARRL CEO. And to his point, I have seen David on the air multiple times, so keep an eye out for that call, NA2AA. The NCDXF is pleased to announce an $8,000 grant to Michael, G7VJR, for a hardware upgrade to ClubLog. ClubLog is used by DXers and DXpeditioners all around the world. Quote, ClubLog is a free service operating at a global scale, supporting 130,000 call signs and storing 1.25 billion QSOs. Every second of every day, a worldwide base of HFDXers rely on ClubLog to enhance their enjoyment of the hobby. To many, ClubLog's features and tools are integral to their pursuit of DX. To operate at this scale, ClubLog uses high-end servers of the kind you might find in a major internet company in their data centers. Paying for this has only been possible due to major foundations stepping in to give the help needed. Our server equipment was last updated in 2019, and in the intervening time, the use of data modes and our popular live stream features has expanded dramatically, putting higher and higher loads on our existing system. Now in 2025, we are about to renew and upgrade our equipment again, a daunting expense. Once again, though, the NCDXF has stepped forward to support ClubLog and give us the backing needed, giving us a grant of around $8,000 to cover all of the equipment involved. Thanks to NCDXF, once the new servers are deployed, ClubLog will be using cutting-edge servers which are faster, more energy efficient, and ready for years of high-end endurance 24/7 work. On behalf of ClubLog and our users, I would like to express my gratitude to the Northern California DX Foundation for their renewed financial support and backing as we renew ClubLog's infrastructure this year. Thanks to their help, ClubLog can continue to grow, be reliable, and ready for whatever the future holds for DXing in an era of innovation. 7-3s from Michael, G7VJR, end quote. The mission of the NCDXF is to provide necessary funding support for well-organized DXpeditions to desirable DXCC entities and to support advances in DXpeditioning skills, technology, and infrastructure. Those funds come from the contributions of our supporters in the DX community. Each week, I try to focus on those entities that will be available in the next 7 days. There's so much data to sift through that I thought a focus on the next week might be helpful to you. Here's what you should find QRV when you tune the bands. The following DX information comes from Bernie, W3UR, editor of the DailyDX, the WeeklyDX, and the How's DX column in QST. If you would like a free 2-week trial of the DailyDX, your only source of real-time DX information, just drop me a note at thedxmentor@gmail.com, and I will get you updated. So we have another Ogasawara operation. Harry, JG7PSJ, is QRV from Ogasawara until July 4th operating JD1 BMH on 40 through 10 meter CW, sideband, and RIDI. And you can QSL directly to JG7 PSJ or via the Bureau to JD1 BMH. UA3AB Andy says that 4 Oscar stroke R2AB is QRV from Montenegro with an FR6300 to a PGXL amp, 500 watts to a DX Commander antenna. Apparently 40 meters starting at 000 Zulu is likely. After that, starting sometime this week, UA3AB as 4 Oscar 7 Alpha Bravo will take over on CW and probably FT8 until mid-July. Alex plans to upload the log to LOTW and Club Log when he's back home. And you know what? Montenegro has been a tough one. I'm able to work it every year, but only once or twice, and I've still got a lot of band slots, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out for those guys. Oscar Hotel Zero OH3 DJP Chemo, along with his XYL, will be on vacation from the Land Islands until July 1st. It is indeed primarily a vacation, including their 30th wedding anniversary, June 24th. But Chemo will have his, quote, travel rig. The radio is a Yaesu 710 with an ICOM IC7100 as a backup. He will have a dipole and will try 160 through 10 meters and 6 meters possibly. He will upload to LOTW, he says, pretty much in real time, end quote, and Club Log at the end. He'll QSL to you via email if there is enough demand and will have a special card printed to go out through the Bureau saying, quote, I really do like the real QSLs, end quote. He plans to keep his output power to 50 watts or less. Todd, AF4CZ, is QRV from Guatemala as TJ9 stroke AF4CZ until July 9th. Spare time activity on 40 through 10 meters, mainly FT8 and FT4, and possibly some sideband. And you can QSL the TG9 stroke AF4CZ via LOTW. R9LR, Vladimir, will be in Uzbekistan until July 1st. He's taken an SG Labs 2-watt rig and plans to be QRV on sideband CW and the digital modes as UK stroke R9LR. QSLs will be uploaded to LOTW and Club Law, and you can also QSL him via his callbook address. But I will tell you, if he's in Uzbekistan running a couple of watts, my best bet's going to be the digital mode, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Well, I have this from my friend, Jim Storms. We are pleased to announce that the Dave Coulter Memorial Youth DX Adventure plans to participate in a DX adventure to Curacao operating as PJ2Y on July 17th to the 22nd. The Caribbean Contesting Consortium, which is PJ2T, Super Contest Station, is hosting us for the 4th time, and housing has been reserved. We look forward to again seeing our host friend Uli, TL8OBQ. At this site, we operate as the DX in our special event station. Operations by kids are about 4 days and sometimes around the clock. We anticipate several thousand QSLs on most bands. The trip is sponsored by the Dayton Amateur Radio Association, DX Engineering, the QCWW Foundation, along with several other clubs and individuals. So here's an update on Alan K87AL/KH9 operating schedule for the next week or so. On June 30th, he'll be on from 07 Zulu to 09 Zulu on 30 meter CW. On July 3rd, it'll be 07 Zulu to 1100 Zulu, 20 meter sideband. And on the 4th of July, 07 Zulu to 09 Zulu, 17 meter CW. So give him a listen because that would be a great one to get in the log. During the 2025 Worldwide Awards Sprint, June 30th to July 6th, special call 9 Mike 4 Whiskey Alpha will be QRV from Sarawak, Borneo, East Malaysia. And you can QSL via QRZ.com, again, for 9 Mike 4 Whiskey Alpha. The most recent DX Mentor podcast episode is available this weekend. Tom, NY0V, is the guest. Tom is a great guest, fantastic operator, a polished contester, and a smooth DX operator. However, none of these were the reasons we had Tom on as our guest. In fact, by the time we were done, we realized we hadn't really touched on any of that. Our conversation all had to do with the Pacific Ocean, missing airplanes, 19,000 feet of water, and, well, you just need to check it out. But it really was one of the better podcasts I've ever done. If you're interested in DX podcasts and YouTube channels, you should check out the DX Mentor Facebook page. and subscribe to be kept up to date on all of our DX activities. And I know that the ARL contest sheet is read elsewhere in this podcast, and the contests that I mentioned are sometimes redundant. However, there are a few contests that I have found to be especially useful for DXers who are trying to fill band slots or to get entities or zones in the log that may otherwise be difficult to get. So here's a contest I mentioned last week, and I really enjoy the heck out of this. It's not really a DX contest, but man, it's fun. It's the 13 Colonies contest. The 13 Colonies 2025 is a popular summer operating event and takes place next week from July 1st, 9 a.m., this is all Eastern time, to July 7th, midnight. And that turns out to be July 1, 1300 UTC till July 8th, 0400 UTC. This event has grown to 292,496 QSOs around the world in 2024. This year, one station will be operating in each of the 13 original British colonies, K2A through K2M, along with 3 bonus stations, WM3 Penn in Philadelphia, GB13 COL in England, and TM13 COL in France, each representing their city, state, or country's role in America's colonial period. Amateur radio operators and SWLs can participate in the event. Complete information about the call for each colony station and the bonus stations can be found on the event website or on Facebook at 13 Colonies Special Event Community. I have done this every year for the past 7 or 8 years and been able to complete a column or two. In other words, a band or a mode or a band mode. This year I'm going for the Trident Award. I'm going to try to get confirmation on CW, sideband, and on the digital mode. So I'm kind of excited to give that a shot. The other summer contest for me is the IARU HF World Championship. This runs from 1200 Zulu on July 12th to 1200 Zulu on July 13th. This is a very popular contest and also a lot of fun. Check out the ARL webpage and search on IARU contest for more details. Let me know if you participate in these and how you do. And of course, as always, please send me an email if you need any details on this topic or anything else that I discussed. Until next week, this is Bill, AJB, saying 7-3, and thanks to my ex-wife Karen for her love and support. I hope to hear you in the pile-ups. Have a great DX week.